Hello everyone and welcome back to Arcane Senses. I'm Kevin and today I'm doing a flip through of the majors of my latest creation, the Pamana Tarot deck, both the Likha and Katha Editions. So here they are. My main inspiration for this deck is obviously the Tarot de Marseille. This deck in particular is inspired by the Nicholas Conver decks, and it was so fascinating to embed Filipino themes, mythology, and stories into the deck itself. Because if you look at the traditional Tarot de Marseille, it's very Eurocentric, and I had a lot of fun researching and creating my own twists with the cards. I loved adding in Filipino mythological creatures and deities, and I really try to incorporate reality into the deck itself. Like for this card, the Mananakop, or this is traditionally called the Devil. I really drew from the colonial history of my country and the negative effects it had on our people. It was just fascinating to recreate the Tarot de Marseille and put it in a Filipino lens. On that note, this deck is not 100% genuine, authentic pre-colonial Philippines. It's just my interpretation of it and what my idea of what pre-colonial Filipinos did at the time and looked like. So the minors are pretty standard, but I renamed them to Patpat, which is the wand suit, Kampilan, which are the sword suit, Sisidlan, which is the cup suit, and the Piloncitos, or the coin suit. I also renamed the court cards into Sugo, which is the pages, Kawal, which is the knights, Lakambini, which is the queens, and Lakan, which are the kings. So the court cards drew inspiration from my previous project, which was the Pag-asa Lenormand. So the court card insets in that deck really inspired me to start this project. What I love about the court cards in the Tarot de Marseille is that it's very directional, so I intended to retain that essence of the court cards in the Pamana Tarot. So regardless if you use the Likha, which is the traditional TDM, or the Katha, which is the RWS, you can still gain a lot of information using this technique. Most of the characters from the court cards were based off the images that I saw in the Boxer Codex, the way that they were dressed. That's where the main inspiration came from. But then I added my own personal twist to it. Like, of course, no one wore green, sorry, why did I say it that way? Green clothing at the time. So that's a walkthrough of the majors, the aces, and the court cards of the Pamana Tarot. These are standard in all of the decks. And now, I just wanted to test your capability to do an open reading. So my noble excuse to not creating a guidebook for this deck is that I just wanted to help people develop their own intuition and enhance their narrative storytelling. But my least noble reasoning is that I'm just lazy and I'm not up to par to writing a guidebook for this deck. So here you go. Here's a practice reading for you all. How would you read this? Comment it down below and I would love to read your answers. So thank you very much and stay tuned for part 2 of this series where I will talk about the minors. Bye!